You know, we all know about the paralyzed guy with Bethesda.
Mm-hmm.
And I just started just doing a little bit of word searching on that, just that couple, the first couple of verses where I came at it. This isn't really deep, but I just thought that it was kind of fascinating that Jerusalem is known as God's presence.
Mm-hmm.
So the city of Jerusalem is known as God's presence. And then you come to the sheep gate. And what's the sheep gate? The sheep gate is an entry into the temple. And the sheep go there. They're pinned there, right? And ready for sacrifice. So the sheep gate, the sheep are brought to be inspected. It's just the whole story of salvation and crucifixion right there. And later they're taken into the temple. And once you get into the temple, where does that path lead you? It leads you to the crucifixion because of where it is, Golgotha.
Mm-hmm.
Where you go right through the temple in Jerusalem, and it just takes you to Golgotha. Yes, which is like, what is it? The skulls, place of the skulls. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So anyway, it was just, but first, next to the sheep gate is what? The pool of Bethesda. That's where, I know. So the sheep go in there, and then they wash the sheep in the pool of Bethesda. And the pool of Bethesda has different layers, different stories, I think it's like two levels.
Okay.
But anyway, the sheep are washed in the pool of Bethesda. Hey, the sheep are washed in the pool of Bethesda with the living water, and then they go to, anyway. I just thought that was so interesting.
Isn't that where the paralyzed man was healed?
John 5.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So and then not only that, it's Bethesda means house of mercy or grace. And then it had 5 porches. It says now there is in Jerusalem by the sheep gate a pool, which is called in Hebrew Bethesda, having 5 porches. Well, the number 5 is grace. So
5 is what?
Grace.
Grace. Number 5 is grace. So anyway, I just wanted to share that. And and he says, do you want to be made well? So when Jesus saw him lying there and knew that he already had been in that condition a long time, he said to him, do you want to be made well? So it's an invitation. Do you want to be made well? And he answered him, sir, I have no man to put me into the pool when the water is stirred up. But while I am coming, so that means that he had been trying to get there. It's not that he was just laying there waiting for something to happen. He was trying to get there. So he says, but another one steps down before me. So then Jesus says to him, rise, take up your bed and walk. I don't know. I don't know. And immediately, of course, everything happens immediately. Healings of Jesus, right? But yeah, so I just thought that was so interesting. And they said the waters were stirred. I always wondered how they said the angel stirs the waters, but when I was reading further, they said that it may have been like what is it called? Not like a folklore,
like a natural
but a,
spring or a geyser.
Not a folklore, but
A what?
What is it? Not a folklore, but a
myth, legend,
or yeah, it's like a pagan kind of thing, but they inserted it into the scriptures. I don't know about that, I mean, God can make an angel do anything.
Oh,
I
sure.
mean, look what he did with
Yeah.
Jacob. And anyway,
There could have been a hot spring or something
hot
there
spring.
too.
Yeah, because of the levels.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's
Could have been
awesome.
salt and fresh. That would give it a love. That would give it different levels.
Mm.
Just fresh water is lighter than salt water.
Fresh water is lighter than salt water.
And you can also see a divide too when you have a freshwater body of water come to salt water. It's a distinct divide, like you can see it.
You can see that.
Yeah. So maybe that has something to do with the levels. If you had to get the salt, you'd have to dive. You have to dive deeper,
Yeah.
maybe to go get to the salt.
Has there been any
And salt is a preservative
Right.
also.
But also as an irritant, if they're bathing the sheep, I don't think you want to bathe the sheep in salt water too often.
I never heard that.
Well, she was saying there's two different levels,
Yeah,
and then someone said something about salt,
it might be fresh
or
water.
did that just me?
That was just you.
Oh,
He's moving the waters. The angel is moving the waters.
what sounded good, Mom?
Stirred up the waters.
Trying scientifically explain this,
Mm.
but you know, God does things without,
Don't use a scientist.
Yeah.
and that's what makes me think.
Yeah.
That's like the art. Didn't have engineers back then. That was designed perfect.
Yes, it did.
He didn't have one.
God was the engineer.
Well, I mean, college engineer.
According to the Red Sea.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't matter.
So here's a true story, because I have a saltwater fish tank. You can there's this thing called ick that your saltwater fish can get. It's like fish lice or some crap like that. It's something stupid. The only thing that kills it is fresh water.
Oh, wow.
So you literally have to give a saltwater fish a freshwater bath,
Oh, wow.
and the ick falls off, and they heal, and then you throw them right back into salt water again. But the same can also go for a freshwater fish as well.
Same thing, the opposite.
If it's the opposite.
Really?
Yeah, if
It's-
there's certain things a
salt is-
freshwater fish can get that the only cure is the salt water.
Which is
Wow.
brining. Brining.
Yeah.
That's why we
What is it?
post brining.
It's,
Brining. We put flesh goes in salt water and it brines, so it cleanses it, cleans it. And if there's any infection or bacteria, it wipes it out. By salt. That's why I said salt is also an irritant. So you wouldn't want to be bathing a sheep in it quite often.
Right.
after a while, it's contaminated.
Like your own self. Why we don't try to take salt out of our water. Hmm.
We could do that, like salt,
But you
Salt
take a
light.
fresh chicken and you put it in salt and water.
Holy
So
Spirit.
it's called brining.
We could do something with that. couldn't we?
Mhm.
I mean, I'm sure if you studied it scripturally, there's a whole bunch to it. There's salt and fresh water.
Yeah, interesting. Well, thank you for that.
I think it's an interesting story, and
I think it's more than a morsel.
definitely,
Salt and
it's more. It's faith and salvation. Like, Jesus entered there as the Lamb.
Yep.
And there's a lot of people around the pool waiting to get there. He went to that particular person who's been trying for 4 years,
You
and
knew the
then
struggle.
he was struggling, and then Jesus showed him mercy. Like, do you want to? He didn't say, "Oh, you're lazy, get up, try and serve." He didn't say, "Oh, you're playing victim." He didn't say anything of that. He looked at him. Do you want to do well? Like, I know you.
Mhm.
I know you, and I'm here. I get up.
Yeah.
And then he just stood up with just him. Why he didn't heal everybody else? I mean, it's to me, it's faith. It's like no matter what you're going through, you could be laying there by the pool of whatever it's the pool of Bethesda for you. You don't know how to move forward. You don't know what you feel stuck. Jesus is there, and he has his hand asking you, do you want to be made well?
Mhm.
And it's up to you to just
You have
take
to
it.
want to.
Yeah. You have to
Yeah.
choose it and step into it, right?
Right.
What you're saying actually, to me, speaks to mentorship.
Mm.
Being a mentor.
Mhm.
And how many Christians do we know that really don't know how to operate, how we're called to operate,
Mhm.
because they were never taught or it was never like explained for me to be dumbed down to understand it.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, um, it was kind of like, I don't know, like I kind of like how most people would say, like I think you were saying a little bit. Well, where's your friends? Why aren't your friends helping you get into the water?
Exactly.
Mm.
Don't you have any friends? Don't you have any, how did you get here?
Yeah.
Like, there's like a whole bunch of different questions I'd be asking this dude.
Mhm.
Like, who's bringing you food? Who's bringing you fresh water? Who's doing this? How are you getting by? But no one's, Jesus didn't ask that. He just said, do you want to get better? Fine, pick it up and take a hike.
Yeah.
But that was kind of like Jesus mentoring him,
Mm-hmm.
taking the time to go talk to him. How many people would talk to the guy during the day?
Right. And that's it. That's just the, you wonder how many people, I mean, why didn't someone help? He'd been there for 30 some years or whatever. Why didn't somebody help him?
How many people do we
When
walk?
when they saw him trying to get to the pool, day after day after day after day, and why didn't someone? Why didn't they just reach their hand out?
It's like if you're in the city
Because-
all the time.
Because it wasn't his time. Jesus, hey, Jesus,
This is
Right. Well,
right?
also the people, if you had any type of infirmity, you were considered unclean, so they wouldn't touch you,
Oh yeah, maybe, yeah.
right? So you're
Yeah.
so you're literally at your own devices.
Mhm.
But then you have the guys who cut the roof in the ceiling,
Mm-hmm.
or cut a hole in the roof and lower the guy. He had an infirmity, but those friends
It was very
lowered him down and helped him.
They think they both were, right?
What's that?
The man at Bethesda was paralyzed too.
Yeah,
Right.
it was.
So yeah, there wasn't an unclean thing going on.
Huh?
There wasn't an unclean thing.
I'm
going
sure there
on.
was after sitting there for 30 some years.
Yeah.
You know?
Different type of
And how many people? I'm just going by how I would react. I'm just being honest. If I'm in a new town for the first time and I see a hobo sitting there who smells like God knows what, I'm
Mhm.
gonna
Yeah.
I'm gonna go a long way around the barn. Just being honest.
Mhm.
I would. So how many people did that to him?
Yeah.
Because of the same reason.
Yeah.
Can I add something though? I think from scripture, people who were infirmed gathered around that pool. I don't think there were a lot of people there to help people into the pool unless they had a friend or relative staying with them.
When it the first one in,
Yeah,
got healed.
yeah.
Yeah.
had to be the
maybe.
first.
So he probably couldn't move fast enough. He didn't.
That's why he was gonna give up their turn to help
That's
somebody
right.
else.
Well, why would he sit up? Okay, why wouldn't he sit up by the edge? That's what I would do if I knew that
So
it was
you
gonna.
just roll in.
Yeah,
I don't know.
like the nesty plunge thing.
When you see Jesus, ask him about that.
I am gonna ask.
He was young at one time and he had family and parents. Why didn't they do something?
Mhm.
Because he couldn't.
Or was it all God's plan for 30 some years for
Exactly, for
him
him
to
to
meet
be-
Jesus?
Yeah.
Probably.
For his
Was he?
faith to be built.
Everything has plans.
Also, it's showing that salvation is a gift. Jesus gave salvation. And then it's not something in the future, it's instant. You have to accept it. And then, boom. It's not like, for instance, look at the criminal that was beside him on the cross.
Mm.
It's not like he have time to prove how he believed in Jesus. Jesus said, you are with me in paradise. It's instant.
Mhm.
So Jesus.
It's where eternity starts, right? Right, Lametta?
Yeah.
Moment of salvation.
And every person that went into that pool was made well.
Yeah.
According to the scripture.
So they were questioning what kind of activities making it stir.
Was I questioning? Well, kind of.
Yeah, is there like a scientific
Yeah.
explanation? Like I've heard it explained as maybe a geyser or a hot spring that was in that area, and that's what made the waters bubble up like that. And being as spiritually minded as they were, they contributed it to an angel or whatever their pagan explanation was. But
So was it the water or their faith?
I don't know. I mean, was it a pagan environment? An angel came down, stirred the water.
Jerusalem.
I don't know. I don't have to study that one out.
Right.
That's a
Yeah, Jesus says your faith has made you
that's a
whole.
9-pack of nuggets right there. Yes,
Jesus
for
said
that man, yes, but for the other people, what was it? Why did they stay there around this pool waiting for the angel to touch the water?
You don't have something.
Yes.
No, I was just gonna say that I love this scene in The Chosen
Mm-hmm.
when they show it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where it kind of hit me. He needed to say he wanted to be healed per se. Instead of just giving excuses after excuse after excuse of the why not.
Mm-hmm.
He had to
Yeah.
buy into, yes, I want to be healed.
That's accepting Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Is it like it's different, like the guy that had, I forget who it was with, I remember the story, but with the alms, he was out there, was he paralyzed or blind or something?
I think that one was blind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where he, where was his faith? I mean,
I think. Well, there's a couple of blind
Which
ones, but
ones? Yeah.
the one I'm thinking of was when Jesus put mud on his eyes, rinsed it off, and he saw part way, and then Jesus prayed again,
yeah.
and then he was able to see clearly the second time.
But it's the other one. Was it with Peter?
Yeah, silver and gold I don't have, but
Right.
what I do have, I give to you. Get up and walk. Yeah, that was paralyzed, man.
But that guy, he was begging for
begging.
alms, right?
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah, he was actively voicing.
yeah.
Mhm. But what he thought his need was and what he actually got are two different things.
Exactly. That's what I was trying to get.
That's good.
We haven't heard you give a nugget in a while.
Right? Are you? Well, I was letting everybody else do their nugget.